أكبر الله أكبر. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And with the second lesson of Radiance, I am Dr. Yahya Noori and I am here to teach you about the noun. So we are going to discuss in a bit detail about the noun, right? So last time what we discussed was that there are three different parts of speech. The first is the ism or the noun, and the second is the verb, or you can say that it is verb, that is fi'l, and the third one is the harf, that is, you can call it particle, right? So today we are going to discuss about a little bit more about noun. When we discuss the noun, we discuss it from four different aspects, and I'm not going to tell you about all four of them today. I'll just discuss one with you. When we talk about gender in Arabic, we have either masculine or feminine gender. So we have different types of feminine gender, the nouns which are talking about the feminine in Arabic. For example, there are certain nouns which we can call that they are by nature, they are feminine. They are feminine realistically. How? We call them mu'annathu haqiqiyun, that means they are the real or the original mu'annath, that means they are originally feminine. These are all nouns which are coming opposite to a masculine noun. For example, if we talk about mother, we have a masculine for mother, that is father. So ummun is a mu'annathu haqiqiyun, or ukhtun is a mu'annathu haqiqiyun, or bintun is a mu'annathu haqiqiyun, because all these have masculine equivalents to them, or they have a masculine specifically standing beside them, that is their particular masculine, right? So now we come to those nouns which are feminine but which are not the real or the original feminines. For example, there are certain nouns which we can say that they are feminine because the people of the language, they speak of them as feminine nouns. For example, if you have come across the verse of the Quran, that is "Iza sama'un fatarat," the word fatara comes for the masculine and fatarat comes from the feminine. But when we talk about the sky in English, we do not ascribe a particular gender to it. In Urdu, we have the masculine gender ascribed to the sky. So it is true for a lot of other words which are feminine just because the people of the language speak of them as feminine, or whenever they speak about them, they use feminine verbs or feminine adjectives or feminine pronouns for them. So that's why they are muannas, and they are now known as muannathu sama'iyun. Then we have muannathu lafziyun. That means that these words are coming with the certain letters which show that these are muannas. For example, like the round ta or ta marbuta, that whenever it comes, it shows that the particular word is a feminine gender word. Then alif and hamza, when they come, they generally show that these are feminine words. Then ya and the small alif on it, that also shows that the word is feminine. Now I would also like to talk about exceptions. You need to understand that how a language comes into being. So initially there are some people who had started talking in certain words, they started using certain sounds, and that generally became the language. The people who were born among those people, they would see their elders and they would copy that whatever they are talking about, and then they would learn the words from them. So there were no rules initially, but certain things came into being just because people were using them as such. Now when we try and learn those languages as an outsider, we come across certain rules, but the rules were not there for the initial people who were speaking that language. They came into being later on. So that's why whenever we talk about any rule, you will find exceptions for there. For example, I spoke about the ya and a small alif on it. You see Musa and Isa, when we write that, they are not feminine genders, they are masculine. So you will find exceptions to every rule of the grammar. There would be one or two exceptions everywhere, here and there. So I'm not going to talk about exceptions right away, but I'll probably mention them sometime in the future, but sometimes right away. so that you can develop certain basic understanding of the language, and then we can talk about exceptions when we come across them during our examples. So that's all for today. We spoke about the gender, and remember that there are two genders in Arabic, either masculine or feminine, and then there are different kinds of feminine gender. There is one that is spoken as a feminine gender because of the people of the language, that is muannathu sama'iyun, and then there is one which is a muannathu haqiqiyun, that means it has a masculine against it, and then there is muannathu lafziyun, that means it has certain signs because of which, or certain letters because of which, we understand it as a feminine gender, and we ascribe feminine adjectives, feminine pronouns, and feminine verbs to them. So that's it for today, and inshallah I'll see you again in 15 days. Till then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.